Coach Whittingham of the Utah Utes. Coach, thanks for being with us. We appreciate your time this morning. Another great season for you guys, even though you came up just short of getting into the playoffs. We're hearing some conversation now from Jim Delaney, the outgoing Big Ten commissioner, that he thinks expansion is coming. Where are you on, do you think expansion should be necessary in the college football playoff?
Well, I think it's inevitable. I don't think there's any way it won't happen. It's just a matter of when. And personally, I think the next logical step is to get it to 8. And when you do that, then you do the math, and it's obvious that all the P5 champions, the conference champions, will have an automatic bid. And so I think that is definitely going to happen, needs to happen, but we'll see how soon they can get that implemented.
And Coach, I was fortunate to be out for the Pac-12 dinner you guys have before the start of the season and hear from Larry Scott, your guys' conference commissioner, and hear about some of the things. And one of the ideas I heard was, talking about 12:30 Eastern kicks, 9:30 local kicks, things to try and get the conference more exposure. Until we get playoff expansion, where are you at on some of those other measures to make sure people are seeing the work you guys are doing in the Pac-12 more often?
Yeah, I think that is a good idea, and typically we're kicking off later in the afternoon, early evening, and sometimes even 8 o'clock, which makes it difficult for the East Coast people to stay tuned in for the entire game. And so I think if we can get more of those early time slots and more exposure on national television, I think that does the conference good.
Talking to Kyle Whittingham, coach at Utah. You guys did have the opportunity this year, a great year, one loss to USC, and then it comes down to the conference championship game, and Oregon beat you guys in that title game, and now you get ready for a bowl game against Texas. Talk about from that game until the bowl game, where the players are, where the coaches are, and how you rebound from that to get ready for the bowl game and spin it into next year.
Yeah, well, first of all, that loss was disappointing to say the least. I mean, we had played outstanding football for 8 weeks in a row. We were on a run there, and all of a sudden we get in that game, and the wheels kind of came off, and it was unfortunate. I give Oregon a lot of credit. I mean, they played well, had an excellent game plan, executed well, and so obviously they had a lot to do with that. But we disappointed in how we played, and we know we're a better football team than that, but we didn't take advantage of that opportunity. Now we got a chance to bounce back and play a very good Texas team in a very good bowl. The Valero Alamo Bowl is an outstanding bowl, and they do it right. I mean, they know they've been doing it a long time, and it's they got a lot of good things in store for the players, and so I think our guys have put it behind them. Bottom line, the championship game, we've been what have we had, like 7 practices, I believe, so far, 7 or 8 practices in bowl prep, and attitude is good, and a lot of juice and energy on the team. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because Kyle Whittingham is with us, the Utah coach. We've seen a lot of times a team that was on the cusp of making it to the playoff, then go play that bowl game, and they're not the same team. We saw that happen with Auburn a few years ago, and Central Florida claimed their mythical, and I thought it was a great national championship by going undefeated. But you have found a way for not getting into the playoffs. It seems like your record in bowl games is outstanding. How do you keep the spirits up and keep these guys going when they know they're not where they want to be?
Well, first of all, we have a tradition here of good play in the bowl season, and we've had a lot of guys that have come through this program that have taken a lot of pride in winning bowl games and set the standard, and it almost perpetuates itself from year to year. Each group that comes through doesn't want to be the group to let the guys down before them that have worked so hard to have the success that we've had in bowls. And so I think that's a big part of it is just the legacy, and then obviously you got to work hard and prepare the right way, and you got to have good players. I mean, so the whole thing, it all matters. But we've been fortunate and had a good bowl run, and hopefully this group can continue to add on to that.
A good bowl run, meaning Kyle Whittingham in his 19 years at Utah is 11-2.
That's pretty
and
good.
Has the second best bowl win percentage in NCAA history. So it is a well-earned reputation for the job that you guys do in the bowl season. But Coach, we just had what is now the early signing period end yesterday. That signing day already come and pass now, and you have been around and coaching for as long as anybody and have the benefit of seeing all this transpire. How has the early signing period changed the way you have gone about things at Utah?
Well, I think it's a positive, and it really takes the gray area out of a lot of players. I mean, you know exactly where you stand. Once this signing day comes, and it's actually got another 48 hours left in the 36 hours. You can sign. It can start signing yesterday at 7 a.m., but you can actually sign up until midnight tomorrow night. So we're actually expecting a couple more signees today, and hopefully another one tomorrow. So we'll see how it shakes out. But I think it's a positive. It eliminates a lot of wasted time on recruits that you're probably not going to get when you have to carry them all the way to February and keep recruiting them and keep trying to convince them that your school's the place to be. And so I think that the early signing day has cleared up a lot of that, and then also it's picking up momentum. I think the first early signing day, which was 3 years ago, there was about 60% or so of the signees that signed on that during that period. Last year it was closer to 80%. And this year I think it's going to even be above that. So it's trending to be the day that the vast majority of the players will sign. And so what you do is you get your class in place this period, then you know what you got left scholarship-wise, know what your needs are, and you can just focus in on those last 2 or 3 guys that you need to complete the class.
What's up? Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. Don't forget to download the ESPN app, and if you want more premium content, which you do, make sure that you subscribe to ESPN+. See you soon.